More!
Lunch break!
What up?
Hey guys.
We're back with another lunch break. This episode is brought to you by Squarespace. If you're looking to start a website, make it with Squarespace. It has great tools for marketing and analytics. You can create an online store there. It's really great.
We are doing a very significant episode today because we're going to be talking about introducing significant others to a group or meeting significant others in a group.
Ooh, I can't believe we haven't talked about this on lunch break before. I mean, we've talked about a lot of relationship stuff, but yeah, never when it comes to merging the SO with the friends and our takes on that.
It's a big moment for both parties, right?
Yeah, and I'm sure a lot of people deal with that, and like, there's a lot of weird feelings going into it.
It's a commonplace.
You could say all of us have had experience with this, either introducing an SO or meeting a friend's SO. So we thought we would shed some light on that. So let's talk about introducing our SOs to our friends. And like, if you recall that.
Yeah, it's been a while. Let's just start with that. It's been a while. Usually your partner is your friend, and that means that they'll fit in with the group pretty well. Because
Hopefully.
Yeah. Like, generally, the people that I am attracted to share a lot of the same qualities as my friends because you want to be, friends with your partner.
Sometimes that's not the case from what I've observed of meeting friends SOs. So I think for me, it's like the concern is like, I do really value my friends' opinions and they know me the best.
Yeah.
That I do value if they do approve or don't approve of this
So
person.
does that mean it weighs pretty
So I think,
heavy?
I think it is nerve-wracking in that sense. Like, oh no, they don't like them. Why? Like,
I see. Yeah.
and they see it in a more like objective view.
I think it also depends on like, did you meet this SO through the friend group?
Yeah. I think in this situation of like, they don't know this person besides you, through you.
Let's say they don't know. I think going off to the concerns. I had concerns too. I think going into it, especially since friends are a big part of my life. And I think as friends, you always talk about like what your type is or who you even imagine your friends being with in the future down the line. So it's always like, what are they gonna think when they meet my SO? And yeah, hopefully they get along and become friends. But is it even a problem if they don't? Like if they don't share interests, like Jen says on personally, like it matters, but maybe it doesn't for you.
I don't think they needed to get along, but I think like they don't have to be like best buds. But I feel like if they can at least be kind of integrated with the group, I think that's nice. There's two sides to it because for the relationship, it's like maybe they don't necessarily bond completely, like they don't have the same interests. So you essentially have kind of your own identity with your girlfriend or your boyfriend, and then you have a separate identity with your friends. Like I think that could be beneficial.
Right, yeah, that's true.
You want to make sure you as a couple are good first before bringing them into the group. I think usually when there's a group and it's a tight group, there will be expectations when you bring someone new in. So I think you want to be confident about each other before bringing them into the big group.
Which leads us into when.
When
is a good time to do that, and how do you gauge that?
Is it different for guys? Because I would say like in my situation, my friends would already have known about this person. So it's not like they came out of the blue like, who is this person? Like they are anticipating meeting them, but it's not like I'm deliberately like leaving them out of the loop and like not having them meet them for like 6 months or something. It's like you've known about this person, you'll meet him eventually kind of thing. So it is a timing thing, but it's not as like a big deal of like, oh, this is the moment.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you wanna go get lunch?
It also depends on how long those friends have, like how strong of a relationship you have with these friends.
Exactly. And there's also how vocal your partner is about, like on their end. If they're introducing their friends right away, it kind of feels like, okay, that's going to be the standard. Yeah. And they're kind of wanting you to bring them into your group. One of my early relationships was a long distance one, and she introduced me to all her friends like really early, but they were all dudes. And I was like, okay, there's gotta be a meaning behind this. Like I had strange ideas.
Did you not know she had a lot of guy friends?
It wasn't intentional, at least maybe consciously.
There's a lot of girls that just have a lot of guy friends, and that's just very normal. So I made the mistake too with my girlfriend. I introduced her to all my friends on my birthday at a bar. So there's like 30 plus people that are friends with me. And I didn't think it was like a big deal. You know, I was just like, she'll get to like drink, it'll be social. I look good because like
You got friends.
I'm like the spotlight.
It's your day. Yeah.
But it's like, oh, but I didn't think about like, oh, everyone's gonna like
Swarm
her
Yeah.
and interrogate her, and she might be a little overwhelmed by that. I was like, I thought it was like really casual.
Yeah, I'm
So,
pretty sure I was one of those people.
Yeah, but also it worked.
Oh.
It's like, oh, Taylor's told me so much about
You definitely took a chance on that move, and it paid off. But that's props to her for being able to keep up on such a
It
crazy
could backfire
thing.
really badly.
Right. Lesson learned. Kind of gauge that beforehand.
And in the end, with those situations, it's communication. If there's feelings of like uncertainty, like just talk it out. Have you guys had any experiences meeting your SO's friends?
I remember feeling weird or like a little nervous about it. I tried to like kind of pump myself up and be like, you know, if I just like walk in and be very charismatic and like confident, then it's gonna be fine. You know, just
And
big
humorous.
conversation. Don't be too weird. Make too many jokes up front, and just be a nice person.
That's the right attitude. I
And
think,
you'll
to
be
have.
good.
Everyone's like primed for this moment in different ways. And for better or worse, sometimes there's a lot of things people already know just because you're an online personality.
That's also a factor.
And they could have watched 100 or so Wong Fu weekends and know exactly everything about you, and that's a little awkward too.
In the beginning, like for my first girlfriend, I was a little more confident. But I think as I've gone through like, you know, multiple relationships, it's gotten to a point where like I am more timid, I am more nervous. I think I've become a better person through my relationships, but I think that old habits, they sometimes will come out, or they could come out, and I guess I get more self-conscious.
Yeah.
You know, like what you were saying, like they've already prefaced the kind of person you are to their friends. And you don't know how, it comes back to how long they've been friends, and these friends know her or him like really well.
Yeah.
So they know like first looks like, okay, this guy's not
Or
best suited for you.
right. They might even know the people before you.
Oh, yeah.
Oh shoot! Yeah,
So
you're
they're
right.
like, they have a yardstick, you know.
Oh,
they're,
yeah.
like,
Yeah.
putting next to you,
Oh, that feeling.
hypothetically.
Are you hitting the notches?
You
Metaphorically.
have to think about that.
We shouldn't
That
think
psychs
about
yourself
that. We
out
shouldn't.
for
No,
no
but-
reason.
I had definitely thought about that before. It's important not to overthink it. I think as humans, we're always going to like think, are we good enough? We're going to seek that validity. You have to be confident that you like your significant other and they like you for a good reason. And don't overthink why everyone else is judging you. Just kind of be present in that moment.
Yeah, I think be yourself and don't try to win over them. And also, I think it's like if it's you introducing them to your friends or they're introducing to their friends, I think it's their responsibility, whoever's responsibility, to be like
The bridge.
that. Yeah, to be like, oh, like involve them in the conversation,
Yeah.
and like ask questions like, oh, what do you think?
Did
What
you
do
know
think?
that he's from
Yeah,
San
yeah. Versus just like
Francisco?
letting them
Yeah.
be floating. That's awkward.
It's good. This is good advice.
Yeah. So be there for your SO when you're introducing them and the vice versa.
And I think it could have been on your SO's friends to kind of also gauge that. This is
that
the
is
first
true.
meeting,
Yeah.
and they could bring you into the conversation too.
You expect that, but that doesn't happen very often, I don't
Yeah.
think.
Yeah. All right, we're flipping it. Now we're the friends. Have we met our friends' SOs?
I have more experience with this.
All right, go. Lead the pack.
Let me think
Are you a
about.
protective friend, Jen? Are you like one that like when you know you're gonna meet your girlfriend's boyfriend?
I guess going in with more criticism. Like I guess ready
with her? That thing.
ready to poke. You know,
Oh, wow, really?
what are you doing? What are your dreams, intentions, ambitions?
That's a good friend.
What's your job?
Ah,
That's scary.
Don't care anything.
I think I'm the opposite.
you're just getting to know them.
I'm like just super happy for my friend that they found someone that they like. There's almost maybe very little judgment compared to my other friends that are kind of weighing out if they're right or not.
You know, I think it's based on history. Like if this person's been single for a long time, I know they've been gone through a lot of troubles. They had a bad relationship. It's like it is more that protective because it's like, oh, I want them to have a good time, and like, and I see something, my genuine radar go off. I'm like,
So would you say you have a good radar?
I hope so. I'd like to think so.
For me, it goes back to like, I'm never gonna know more than them. If they like someone, who am I to judge what they like? I guess I go off that.
At the end of the day, I agree with it.
But I do think that friends need to chime in because sometimes people are a little, I don't want to say blinded, but
Oblivious.
friends are there to keep things balanced. Let's just say that, like Thanos.
It's funny, I think I met one of my friends' SOs at a birthday party, but it was more like, not a bar, it was like more chill. Like we got Korean fried chicken, we went to a house afterwards and we played like games.
That sounds great.
But we were really
Yeah.
excited to meet this person.
Yeah.
So I think we all came with that intention. Like we're really excited, not just like, oh, we're gonna like snuff him out and stuff. But it's more like, yeah, we can't wait to meet him. And it's like, wow, he's even better than we thought.
Oh,
he's so good at
We
this
were so
game.
excited to like integrate him into like
That's nice.
the group and stuff. And like at the end of the night, we're like, wow, we approve.
He's so good at Catan.
Wow.
But I think that was just our group mentality. Like we're very like happy to absorb this person in, you know, versus like, no, they must like fit in with us.
Yeah. Taylor, what about you?
I might like approach SOs of like a girlfriend versus a guy friend
Yeah.
differently too. Like if it's a guy friend meeting his SO, I find myself not questioning too much.
Oh, interesting.
With a girlfriend, it's more like
I think
big brother.
When it- when
It's
it-
a big brother
I
mentality.
think that happens to me. Yeah.
What if you don't like that significant other of your friend? There's legitimate reasons probably maybe on your side, on our side. But how do you handle that situation?
It's like you have to put your feelings aside because at the end of the day, it's like who they chose. And it's like you can voice your opinion as much as you want, but they don't have to take your opinion and like, you know, take your advice. It's like, oh, I already said my piece.
Yeah.
You do what you want with that.
Yeah, yeah.
Kind of like what you guys are saying, but like on top of that, I feel like kind of preparing for the fallout. Like their relationship probably is going to fall apart. But then I mean, I give my 2 cents, but then you want to respect their their
decision.
process. I try to be delicate and concerned, but also like being like constructive, and don't want to be like overbearing.
I'll say the first instinct shouldn't be to go directly to the couple and like, hey, I don't know if you're right for each other. Like, that's not going to help anyone. At the same time, the other option is like talking amongst your friends. You don't want to gang up on them either.
Yeah.
So it's more like
That's
let
true.
them do their thing and give it time. I think in time, you'll really see who the person is.
Well, there's a lot more we could talk about with SOs and friends, but let us know what you think of this episode, if you relate, if you have other advice, leave in the comments below. Once again, this episode is brought to you by Squarespace. Thank you, Squarespace, for sponsoring this episode.
Yeah, they're known for their all-in-one platform and their designer templates.
They have award-winning 24/7 customer service and awesome marketing tools.
And you can set up your own domain or online store like we did with Squarespace.
Yeah, so use the code WONGFU at checkout for 10% off your first purchase.
And remember, you can help us out on Patreon and check out our store. We have cool designs, and we'll see you next week.
Bye!
Bye.
Why haven't we met all our SOs?